Bienvenidos. Welcome to Latino Focus, the show that honors the presence of the Latino community here in San Jose. Today in our show, Servando Sandoval, chair of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Silicon Valley, will talk about the mission and future of his organization. And later, Montserrat Rosselló will bring us delicious Spanish flavors from her restaurant La Catalana. We'll also visit the Flamenco Society, who brings us renowned flamenco guitar player Mario Moraga Perez to open our show. Adelante. you again to Mario Morraga Perez. More on the Flamenco Society later on the show. But for now, let's welcome Servando Sandoval from the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Servando, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Can you please share with us about yourself?
Sure. I'm a partner with the law firm of Paul & McKay here in San Jose. I am been practicing for approximately 15 years, and I do primarily employment law representing small and medium-sized employers.
Great. So tell us how you got involved with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Silicon Valley and what your role is with the organization.
Well, I'm presently the chair of the board of directors. I have been the chair for the last 3 years. I got involved with the Hispanic Chamber approximately 8 years ago, and the reason for that was I liked their advocacy for small businesses, particularly here in San Jose.
So tell us what the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce does and what programs and services does it offer to the community in Silicon Valley?
The Hispanic Chamber has really two functions. First, we're in advocacy, and we provide advocacy and support for small businesses who need assistance in getting their projects through City Hall. As we all know, it's very difficult to sometimes get the City Hall to open their doors to small businesses, and that's what we're there for. Secondly, we provide trainings and to the small businesses. We are hosting two separate programs right now. First is the SBDC Hispanic Satellite. It's not only the first one, the only one in the state of California, it's actually the only one that exists in the entire United States. Secondly, we also are hosting the SBDC Northern California Center. And through that, we provide a vast amount of trainings and workshops and one-to-one counseling to small businesses who either want to grow their business or who want to set up their shops.
So what kind of assistance do people come and seek for help at the organization with the Chamber of Commerce?
Really from all aspects of business, whether from the organizing at the beginning. We provide trainings from legal experts who provide knowledge on how to incorporate themselves, on how to establish themselves, the steps that they need to take to open shop, going to City Hall and getting their business permits. We also provide one-on-one counseling on how to develop your business plan. A lot of businesses who are already established don't have that capacity or don't have the knowledge base to do that, and so we match them up with people who do that professionally. And it's all free of cost to those individuals. And so, for instance, in 2012, we provided counseling to 544 businesses in San Jose. We had over 1,500 seminars, attendees in different areas that we provided trainings on. We also, through our programs, helped small businesses generate approximately $4.7 million in new revenue. Also in 2012, we assisted small businesses in securing loans of approximately $9.7 million.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
A lot of money, and so that was just in 1 year, 2012.
So someone just can't wake up and say, today I'm going to open up my business and I'm going to start selling this product and I'm going to go out there and just do it. There's a lot more work behind it, right? Technical support, setting up a business plan, and you mentioned it's free of cost.
Absolutely, and absolutely, this is not something that you can just wake up from one day to the other and say, I'm going to open my shop. Unfortunately, in California and in San Jose, it takes a lot more effort and planning to be able to do that. And a lot of small business owners don't know all that it entails to do that, and that's why we're here.
So if someone wanted to contact you guys to be able to get more information, where would they go or who would they contact?
Well, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, we have our website. It is HCCSV, Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Silicon Valley.org. That's really the best place to go.
One thing I was reading about the organization, it was started in 1955, and it was called the Mexican American Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
Several years later, it became the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and incorporated in 1973.
That's correct.
I'm sure the organization has grown over the years and has done a number of great advocacy work around the community. What are some of the top issues that businesses right now, small businesses and Hispanic-owned businesses, are some of the challenges that they're facing?
Well, first of all, it's access to capital. Obviously, anybody who wants to open up a business, there's a lot of capital that's necessary in order to open up. And so that is one of the biggest impacts on small businesses. And so what we try to show and to teach our entrepreneurs is before you even decide to open shop, be ready for that. Let's have a business plan together. What are going to be your plans? So we take people from before they even have that concept to make sure that they're going to be able to have that access to capital, because banks are not going to open up their wallets and just simply hand out money just because you think you have a good business plan.
You talked about access to capital. There are government programs that provide that kind of support, access to capital to help a business grow. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. So the SBDC program is a subset of the SBA, the Small Business Administration, and there are loans that the SBA supports. And so that is what our goal is to get people, business owners, ready to be able to apply and qualify for those loans.
Does your organization host any major events or networking opportunities for people to be attend and get to network with other business owners and possibly do some business partnerships?
Absolutely. We have a monthly business mixer, and that's about learning about other business owners and getting them together with the hope that they're going to be doing business together. We do that once a month. In addition to that, we have our biggest event of the year. That's every October. Last couple of years has been at the Santa Clara County Fairgrounds. This is where we get approximately 100 restaurants or so who come in to show off their products. We have all of the ethnic chambers who come and make themselves available to the participants. And last couple of years, we've had probably between 2,000 and 3,000 attendees at that event. That is one of our biggest events. We call it Festive All because we want to include everyone in that event.
Is there a cost to attend these events?
There's no charge for those events. Festive All, if you want to participate, renting a booth and that sort of stuff, yes, there's a charge, but there's no charge for attendees. And also for the business mixers, we do not charge for those.
Okay. And the education seminars that your organization provides, are those free of cost as well?
Those are all free of charge currently. There may be a change in the future, but currently those are all free of charge.
Okay. So you have that information available on your website?
Yes, all of the, when you go to the website, the upcoming seminars and programs are all listed on our homepage.
Great. Is there any additional information you'd like to share with our viewers about the organization and any vital, critical information?
Well, the one thing I would like to add is that the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is here to serve not only the Hispanic business owners, but really all small business owners. And while our emphasis is on Hispanic-owned businesses, we have been partnering up with the Vietnamese community. Last couple of years, we've provided trainings not only in English, but in Spanish, in Cantonese and Vietnamese. So we are reaching out to all aspects of the business community.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Servando, for being here with us today. We appreciate all the information, and we hope that the community will find out more information about your organization by visiting your website. With that, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
And later on the show, Montserrat Rosello shares with us delicious dishes from Spain. But before that, let's learn a financial tip from our expert, Marcos Lira.
I'm Marcos Lira, a certified financial planner. And today I'm excited to talk to you about good debt versus bad debt. In a recent study by MassMutual, found that Hispanics' top two financial goals were to, 1, pay off their mortgage, and 2, pay off credit card debt. Well, I'm the first to agree that life without debt is much easier, but certain debt can also have its perks and benefits. For example, having a mortgage helps reduce how much taxes you may owe, and credit cards can help you earn points towards gift cards, vacations, and cash back when you spend on items like bills, groceries, and gas. The key is knowing how to use debt properly. Department store credit cards like Macy's, JCPenney's, and Sears, for example, have some of the highest interest rates and the lowest credit limits, which negatively impacts your credit scores. If you're dealing with a lot of debt, I recommend calling the creditor and negotiating the payment schedule, a lower interest rate, or if things are really bad, your best option might be a settlement. For more information on credit cards and credit scores, please reach out to me on Twitter at MHLira, and remember, invest in today to enjoy your dividends tomorrow. Gracias.
I'm here with Montserrat Rosello from La Catalana to taste some of the flavors of Spain. But before we take a bite, let's learn more about the country itself.
Spain, originally named Hispania around 200 BC by Rome, did not emerge as a unified country until the 15th century. Spain quickly became the first world power as it built an empire that spanned the globe. In fact, Spain's democratic constitution only dates back to 1978, and its constitutional monarchy was introduced in 1812. However, the result of the devastating Spanish Civil War in 1936 to 1939 started a brief era of authoritarian dictatorship by Francisco Franco. This war was famously depicted by Pablo Picasso, an extremely influential Spanish artist. Other notable Spanish artists include Diego Velázquez, Francisco Goya, and Salvador Dali. Spain is also the home of some of the most beautiful Gothic and Baroque architecture. Because of the dense history of Spain, there are many colorful festivals, including the internationally and renowned fiesta known as the Running of the Bulls in Pamplona. From the beautiful Madrid to the rich ports of Barcelona, there are more history and adventures awaiting you.
Chef Montserrat, thank you for being here. Tell us, how did you become a chef?
I started very, very young because cooking for me is a big passion. My father, my mother, my whole family cooking, and I'm started very, very young. So for me, this is my work. The kitchen and cooking as my work.
And so you went to school to learn how to become a chef?
For chef, my recipe, that's for my father and for my mother.
Great. And I hear that you have a special sangria at your restaurant.
Yes.
Rosello's Sangria.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the history about that?
This is very different sangria than other sangrias. That one no have a fruit. This is have a sorbet, lemon sorbet, one secret, and wine. It's very, very different. The name is Sangria Rosello.
So what do we have here today to share with our viewers?
Okay. The first one, this is fusta, the embotits, in Catalan. This is too many chorizos from Catalonia.
Different chorizos from Catalonia.
This is chorizo from Catalonia, and this is cheese from Spain, and too many chorizos, all is from Spain.
Olives from Spain.
The second one, that's tortilla de patatas. It's very traditional. It's like omelette potatoes.
Omelette potatoes.
Yes.
How do you make that?
This is very simple. This is potatoes, onion, and eggs. That's
Eggs.
it. Yes.
So you just throw everything into a bowl,
Throw everything in the bowl and put in the stove, and that's it.
and cook.
It's
And it's very
easy.
traditional.
It's very, very traditional.
Great,
This
great.
is my paella.
Paella right
This is
here.
paella mix.
This
Have
looks amazing.
Meat and seafood.
Meat
This
and
is
seafood.
my own recipe.
Your family recipe.
Yes.
So what kind of seafood and meats do you have on here?
I have a chicken, pork, chorizo, clams, and shrimps.
Shrimps. And you brought some wine here.
This wine is from Catalonia, from Barcelona, and this is Priorat. This is the region coming this wine. They have 3 grades. This is Garnacha, Cariñera, and Cabernet. This is like a little, when you take the wine, you take like a little sweet flavors in your mouth. It's perfect for this paella because you have here seafood and meat food. So you can take this wine from
So
this
you
paella.
pair it with that wine.
Yeah.
And this comes from a very small,
A small house. This is a small house. It's only 9,000 barrels per year.
and you can find it at your restaurant.
You can find it in my restaurant.
Great.
This
And
is amazing.
we got some dessert here, and it's making me very
Yeah.
hungry. I have a sweet tooth, so
The
tell
name
us.
is crema catalana.
So it's not a creme brulee.
No, it's very different.
Very different.
Yeah.
Creme brulee has
Creme brulee
vanilla.
is vanilla, and this is cinnamon, lemons, and eggs.
Wow, this food is amazing. I'm getting very hungry. But thank you very much for being here today to share with our viewers your dishes. Can you tell us where your restaurant's located?
Yes, this is 237 North First Street, San Jose, California, La Catalana.
La Catalana on North First
First
Street.
Street.
Well, thank you so much for being here today on the show. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
now let's go to our dance studio to learn more about the Flamenco Society here in Silicon Valley.
I used to play electric guitar, blues, and rock. And then when I heard flamenco guitar, I got really attracted to the passion and also the technique of the flamenco guitar, and I wanted to know more about it, and that got me into. So then I contacted some of the artists that I got attracted, that I heard guitar, and they told me who to listen to. So immediately I just took a backpack and I left for Spain. This is within a week. While I was in Spain, I went and searched for a lot of the new flamenco guitars that were happening at that time, with some of the best flamenco guitars. At that time, you could not get stuff like CDs here in the United States of such artists. So I went to Spain, bought all the CDs that I could get, anything related to flamenco. Came back to the United States, then I saw an ad on a local newspaper about the flamenco artists doing a performance. I got in contact with them. At that time, they were looking for board members. So I told them that I was interested, and I became as a volunteer. Within a week, I was part of the board. Then after that, I'm the artistic director for the society. And with respect with that is originally the society was founded by a well-known flamenco singer, guitarist. Her name was Anita Shear. She was the founder of the organization. Then about 15 years ago, unexpectedly, she passed away. And then at that time, I was already working with the Flamenco Society as part of the board. And I felt that she had a very beautiful thing that she had created, the Flamenco Society. And I didn't want to see this to go away. I wanted to continue. I want to continue her passion and continue the organization. So I made a point that taking the role of the artistic director, which I was already working with her as artistic director at that time. So then I just continue it. And here, over 30 years later, me taking part of the society's active director the last 17 years, and here we are. Our main thing is to promote the art of flamenco, which is the art of Spain, and also the culture of Spain. And we do this by various ways. One of them is by the classes that we offer. We have classes on dance, also on guitar classes. We also offer various workshops with singing workshops with their cante or anything related to flamenco. Then we also provide informal performances. Some of them we call huergas, which we do in San Jose 4 or 3 times a year. Then we also work with some of the greatest flamenco artists directly from Spain. We have been lucky to have presented probably most of the major flamenco artists, all the way from traditional flamenco to modern flamenco. Once a year, we bring somebody, a major artist that is well known from Spain, and we bring them to the United States and present them locally.
My work as the secretary for the Flamenco Society, I'm really just Eddie's right hand. My husband is the president, artistic director of the society. So I help him do all the promotion. I help him with attending the classes and meeting the students, doing the marketing, and on the show days, I'm at the theaters helping him, with anything from the front of the house to the back of the house set up. We do grant writing, we do outreach in the community, so just anything to do with the society, I'm right there. One of the greatest things that I admire of the flamenco and Spanish culture is just their passion for living. I've had a lot of great opportunities to meet all the artists that I've always admired. My husband and I have either brought them to the Bay Area and we've been able to showcase them, or we've been able to travel and see the world and gotten to meet a lot of the great artists throughout the whole world.
I have started teaching in 1999, so it's been 15 years since I started teaching. So I had so many variety of people, students from all over the world, pretty much. I really enjoy teaching, and especially teaching here in America, meeting people from all over the world in different cultures, and we are kind of connected in the art of flamenco. Flamenco is very popular, and especially very popular in my country, Japan, too. So people really appreciate it. So I think has changed in 15 years. So people don't tell me anymore, why you're Japanese. Well, still sometimes people tell me, you are Japanese, why you're doing flamenco? It's so different from your culture. But no, it's not different. To me, it's very similar. The key part is not just remembering the steps or something. Flamenco is more like you enjoy the music and more express yourself, and you might find yourself maybe when you started doing flamenco. And there's a moment I see it in a person, in my student. They just change. They're dancing in a whole different way, and that's the joy for me. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a membership that people can enroll, and they can enroll in different levels depending on what they want and how deep they want to get into it. Also, some people, they just come in just as an audience. I mean, it's open to the public that they just can come into any of the events that they want, or also enroll in any of the classes or attend any of the workshops. A lot of times we have people that, we have a singing workshop, which is cante, and we have people that had never sung before, but they're there for the first time, and they get interested in flamenco or in singing, which is very, very complicated. Yeah, or they get involved in other aspects of flamenco, and then from there they grow up with the society, either with the classes, and then like what the performances that we do 4 times a year or 3 times a year, the huergas, that's what we showcase the students. So usually the dance students perform on the first half of the performance, and then on the second half of the performance we have a professional flamenco troupe. And this gives a chance for the students to get exposure and get used to perform in a professional environment in a theater, and get to know other flamenco artists and get involved in the flamenco community. Lately we've been very busy doing this. Luckily there has been a huge interest in flamenco within the last year, and it seems to be increasing, and we're very fortunate for that.
Thank you to our audience for supporting Latino Focus. That's all for our show today. And remember that in each community, there is a beauty and strength. Gracias y hasta pronto.